You and your baby were born to breastfeed comfortably. The human race would be now extinct if that wasn't the case. Back in the hunter-gatherer times, do you think those moms were sitting bolt upright on a rock in their cave 8 to 12 times a day in that first week after birth? Or imagine sitting upright on that rock cluster feeding during a growth spurt. Modern living and traditional breastfeeding preparation buries your maternal instincts and blunts your baby's innate reflexes that he was born with to help him nurse. In Dr. Suzanne Colson's book, Biological Nurturing, she talks about keeping baby at the right address. Just like real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Your baby is born knowing how to find his food source. You may have seen videos of newborn babies crawling to the breast right after birth. Your baby is born with primitive newborn reflexes that trigger feeding behaviors when baby's full body is touching yours. There's no need to make baby crawl very far. He's probably fairly exhausted too. Although your baby has these brilliant feeding reflexes, he can't move very much. But when his feet have something to stabilize himself, watch the magic happen. Babies can latch themselves on with just a little assistance and support from you. When you're in a reclined position, staff can place baby tummy to your tummy with your newborn's cheek on your breast, not between the breasts or up under your chin or below your breasts. Your baby only needs droplets of colostrum in those first few days. He wasn't born hungry. He was born skin hungry. Your baby is born with energy reserves to tide him over until that volume of milk is produced. Now imagine if you had to learn how to suck, swallow, and breathe for the first time in your life today with a pint of water. Wouldn't it be a lot easier and probably a lot less stressful to learn with just a spoonful first? When women nurse their babies sitting upright, those primitive reflexes your baby was born with work against him and you, making latching and nursing more challenging. It is doable, but not optimal, and causes baby to fight the breast. By lying back in a comfortable recline, never fully flat, you feel completely supported and more relaxed. I call it the Netflix position. Gravity helps keep your newborn in place and you'll have at least one hand free. You'll support baby's feet or backside, but there's no pressure on baby's neck or back like there is when sitting upright. What I love about biological nurturing and this laid-back position is that it is the perfect position for just those first few days postpartum. Keeping baby skin to skin in this position allows you to rest and recover as that oxytocin keeps flowing. Plus, having baby right there means you don't have to try and figure out baby's feeding cues instantly. And this is what makes this approach so brilliant. Your baby will nurse in a drowsy or light sleep state. When I visit my postpartum moms, I rarely hear babies crying. Even parents themselves are surprised to learn that babies don't need to be wide awake to feed. And it's a lot trickier to feed a crying baby than a drowsy one. When baby is kept in a bassinet for most of the time, it's much easier for parents to miss those cues. I often ask parents to imagine a time when maybe you went to eat at your favorite restaurant and you've been looking forward to this all week. You know exactly what you're going to order. Maybe you haven't even eaten all day because you're definitely having dessert. But you get there and it's quite busy. People are coming and going and you try to get the waiter's attention, but he's quite distracted. He's busy. He goes by a couple of minutes later and you wave, but he doesn't see you again. 10 minutes later and nobody has come to check on your table, and now you're hangry. This lovely evening you'd planned is not quite turning out the way you would expect it. When you keep your baby lying on you for most of the day while you're feeling wide awake and alert, just for those couple of days, that baby buffet is right there next to him.